Hello and welcome back to Education Today. I am your host, Sacheta, and today we are diving into a topic that truly makes my heart beat a little faster with excitement. Episode 18, Outdoor Education and its Impact on Student Learning. There is something so magical about stepping out of the four walls of a classroom and into the vast, breathing world, isn't there? Joining me today is a man who has spent more time under the canopy of trees than under fluorescent lights, Mr. Sarouen, a veteran educator and advocate for experiential learning. Thank you so much for having me, Sacheta. Just talking about it makes me feel the fresh air on my face. It is a pleasure to be here to discuss something I believe is the soul of true education. Mr. Sarouen, let us start right there. When we say outdoor education, many people just think of a simple field trip or a day at the park. But it is so much more than that, isn't it?
Oh, it is a world of difference. It is not just a break from learning. It is an immersion into the very laboratory of life. Outdoor education is a pedagogical approach where the environment is the teacher, the textbook, and the inspiration all at once. It is about engagement, tactile experiences, and seeing the interconnectedness of everything.
Nodding thoughtfully. I love that phrase, the laboratory of life. I remember a time when I was a student and we went to a local river to study ecosystems. I can still smell the damp earth and feel the cold water. Why do these memories stick so much longer than a lecture?
Knowingly and with a gentle smile. Because you were feeling it, Sochata. When we are outside, our senses are fully awake. Neuroscience tells us that when multiple senses are engaged, the smell of the rain, the texture of moss, the sound of the wind, the brain forms stronger, more complex neural pathways. It is not just rote memorization, it is a lived experience.
Amazed. That is fascinating. So it is literally changing how the brain processes the information because the environment is so rich?
Exactly. Think about a math lesson. In a classroom, it is a series of numbers on a whiteboard. But take those students outside to measure the height of a tree using shadows and trigonometry, and suddenly the math has a purpose. It has a shape. The students are not just solving for X, they are understanding the world.
Reflectively, it feels like we are reclaiming a sense of wonder that can sometimes get lost in a standardized testing environment.
You hit the nail on the head. We are seeing a rise in what some call nature deficit disorder. When children are cooped up, their focus drifts and their stress levels rise. But the moment they step into a green space, you can almost see their shoulders drop and their eyes brighten. Their curiosity just explodes.
I have noticed that with my own nieces and nephews. They seem so much more regulated after playing outside. How does this impact social emotional learning, or SEL, in a school setting?
Warmly and with pride. It is transformative. In the outdoors, the social hierarchy of the classroom often disappears. The student who struggles to sit still might become the leader when it comes to navigating a trail. The quiet student might be the first to spot a rare bird. It fosters a different kind of teamwork, one built on resilience and mutual support against the elements.
So a little bit of rain can actually be a good thing for building character?
Absolutely. We call it grit. When a group of students has to set up a shelter together while it's drizzling, they're learning problem solving, empathy, and persistence in ways a textbook could never explain. They learn that they are capable of overcoming challenges.
Inspired. That sense of I can do this must be so powerful for a child's self-esteem. But Mr. Sarouen, I have to ask about the practical side. Many teachers feel overwhelmed by the logistics, the safety concerns, or even the lack of green space in urban areas. What do you say to them?
Encouragingly and reassuringly, I hear those fears and they are valid, but I tell them, start small. You don't need a national forest. A small garden plot, a local park, or even the sidewalk can be a classroom. It is about the mindset of inquiry. Safety is managed through preparation, and the rewards far outweigh the risks. When a child sees a weed growing through a crack in the concrete, that's a lesson in biology and resilience right there.
Softly. That is such a beautiful way to look at it. Even the smallest bit of nature has a story to tell if we are willing to listen.
Vibrantly, precisely. And let's not forget the environmental stewardship aspect. We cannot expect the next generation to protect a planet they don't love, and they cannot love what they do not know. Outdoor education builds that fundamental bond between the human heart and the earth.
With a sense of hope. It feels like we are talking about a holistic education, one that feeds the mind, the body, and the spirit. I wish every student could have this opportunity. With a gentle, hopeful tone. That is my dream, Sojata.
to see every schoolyard turned into a learning landscape, to see every teacher empowered to take their students into the sunshine. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity for a healthy, well-rounded human being. Thoughtful pause, then warmly, Mr. Sadowin, thank you so much for sharing your passion and your wisdom with us today. You have truly inspired me to look at the world outside my window with fresh eyes.
With gratitude. It was my absolute pleasure. Thank you for giving a voice to the outdoors.
And thank you to all our listeners for joining us for episode 18. I hope this conversation encourages you to take a deep breath, step outside, and never stop learning from the world around you. This is Sucheta signing off from Education Today. Stay curious, everyone.